everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, it's going to be a noisy morning because we've got the kettle on, we've got food mixers on, but you're going to be in for a great day. So Karen and Simon and I are in the kitchen. Karen and I are both doing the demo together. What would you like, Karen? You'd like this bowl, would you?
I was like,
So,
yeah, it doesn't.
there you go.
Simon's just looking at me
All I
like
can
that.
see. Well, it was what I knew what you were looking for. So we like to do.
And I couldn't see it because it's behind the
We
camera.
like to do sign language in here. So what are we going to play with today? Well, we've got lots of things to play with. So we're going to use the little rolly first of all, but we're going to use it on ganache. So Karen and I was thinking, right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I said, I'm going to make you a daffodil cake, a sunflower cake.
You did actually say a daffodil cake.
I know, I keep calling it a daffodil. So I'm going to make a daffodil cake and we were going to coat it with buttercream. But then Karen has been playing with ganache and she made a water ganache last night and she was so pleased with it. And I said, right, well, you know what, Karen, let's do it on the live. A lot of you don't realise you can make ganache with water. You can actually make it with a cup of tea and you can actually make it with beer as well. But I'll tell you how to make it with beer at another time. So different ways of making your ganache. So Karen is going to make that and we're going to put the cake together. Then we're going to make the Swiss meringue buttercream. Okay, so we're going to use lemon, I believe we're using, aren't we, Karen?
Yes, lemon drizzle.
So we're going to use the lemon flavour today. This is the new product called Whipping It Up and I'll just put it under the camera there. Simon?
Yes, okay. I was just going to check we were actually live.
Yes. So this is the new product. This is called Whipping It Up and it's a mix. It's not a Swiss meringue mix. It's a mix for multi-uses. So there's lots of things that you can make with it. It comes in 6 flavours. We've just had all our new labelling done as well. So these are this. I know it's a new product, but we had to get our original designer wasn't available. So we had to get another lady available and she did this just basically to help us get the product launched. But the new labelling should be going on the new packets next week. So we do it in a 500 gram bag in 6 flavours, lemon drizzle, raspberry ripple, can we go back to the front camera? Raspberry ripple, salted caramel, strawberry milkshake, black cherry and velvet vanilla. We're also going to do some random flavours as well, just to see what you think. Now, I suggested to the office today cream cheese. So what I'm looking for is you lot to put up your suggestions. Don't do anything with cocoa powder because this reacts slightly different with cocoa powder. So I don't want to do that one yet. It makes a beautiful Swiss meringue with the cocoa powder, but it doesn't do well for pavlovas and meringues. So I can do it with cocoa powders at a later date, but I just need to take a couple of things off. Okay? So if you want to think of some flavours for generic flavours, now don't get them all because I'm only going to choose one. So, pardon?
I've got one.
What one have you got?
Coconut.
Oh yeah, Karen's got coconut. Yeah, you did say that earlier actually, didn't you? So I'm just going to do one generic flavour. So it'll be next week, we'll do one generic flavour. And you know what, is it coconut? Is it going to be Karen's choice coconut? It's going to be my choice cream cheese? Or is it going to be Laura's choice, which is raspberry and white chocolate? So I'll leave you to think. You may come up with something else. So Karen, are you doing a bit of comments at the moment?
I am looking
So,
at, yeah.
so who's watching? How many have we got?
We've got 146. We've
Yay,
got
goody good.
Paula, Iris, we've got Breeder, we've got Maureen's on again, and we've got Helen.
The usual gang. Brilliant.
It's all the usual gang.
Right. Well, don't forget to like and share, everybody. We're doing our draws today. Now, there's not many draws to draw because we didn't do many lives last week or this week. I actually don't know where I am with it. But anyhow, so we're doing the draws as well later. And then, as I say, once Karen has showed you the water ganache, now she's only done it for the first time yesterday, so I'm putting her under pressure now in front of you lot to do it again. So she's going to show you how to do that. Then we're going to quickly pop it in the fridge. She's also going to show you how to use the little rolly on it because she used it on her son's cake yesterday and she was really chuffed. And we haven't used the rolly on ganache. So you know what, let's do that as well. And then afterwards, I'm going to decorate it and we're going to make a sunflower cake. Yeah? So are you excited?
I'm excited.
Are you excited?
I think you're setting Karen up for a fall, aren't you?
What are you doing? You're going home and then you've got to be live.
Absolutely. And then something else I wanted to show you. I made the Swiss meringue buttercream this morning. So if you go to the camera there, Simon.
You did.
Yeah. So under Karen's expert tuition, she showed me how to make it. Now the thing is, I do actually know how to make it because I made the product, but It's months ago since we did this, and then I left Karen in the kitchen and she has been playing with the product, and when you don't play with it for a while you do forget. So this morning Karen gave me a quick reminder, and look at this beautiful yellow colour. Now we've used...
It's the same colour as that flower.
Yes,
yellow.
that's what we was going for. So how fabulous is that? So what we've used for this is, okay, we used the Colour Splash sunflower. Okay, now what you do need to do is you need to measure it out, and we put it in by 0.5 gram at a time, didn't we?
Yes.
So per batch, shall we back on the front camera, Simon? So per batch we put in 0.5 gram, and it was a beautiful, it was this colour in fairness, and then as we added butter it got lighter and lighter. So once the butter was added, we actually needed 1.5 grams of this. But I think you'll all agree what a stunning colour that is. Isn't it fabulous? Yeah? So that's me. So I'm going to get out of the way and do a bit of comments for a while and drink my cup of tea, because Karen's got a lot to do.
I'm winning.
So,
I'm winning.
You're winning. What, with coconut?
Yeah.
I love the coconut flavour. It's amazing. So, good. Well done. I'm really pleased. So, I would have liked the cream cheese though.
No one mentioned that one.
There's no one mentioned cream cheese.
No, they
How
mentioned
they not?
raspberry and white chocolate, but coconut is winning.
Is that the winner for the for the new whipping it up flavour? Let's see how we go. So, what else was I going to say to you then? Other things that I want to talk to you about. I'm going to chat to you about classes, but anybody who's in our classes, you're going to be seeing me pop up in the groups today. So I'm actually going to go into every group live, just have a little chat with everybody, do a little intro, talk about tomorrow's class for the cupcake bouquet class, because I know you're all excited, but I'm in there at 4 o'clock, so that's the one I can definitely give you a time. 4 o'clock, I'll be in there, we're doing preparation. All right, then I'm going to pop into Georgie's class, I'm going to pop into Molly's class, and I'll pop into all Hector's classes and the cake illusionist. So we've got a very busy morning.
All those before the 4 o'clock?
All before 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
Just to clear that up.
Just to clear that up.
Because you said then I'm going to...
Oh yeah, sorry, yes. So we're going to do this live, then we're going to stop, we're going to clean up, we're going to have a cup of tea, and I'm going to start off with Georgie's first. Then I'm going to go into Molly's, then I'm going to go into the cake illusionist, and then I'm going to go into every one of Hector's classes. So you're going to see me pop up.
So probably at the end of this, we'll know better, won't we? When we're going to pop up in those other classes, to give them a bit of an idea.
But in order: Georgie's, Molly's, cake illusionist, Hector's full selection, Hector's individual flowers, and then I'm back in my own group, which is the cupcake bouquet group at 4 o'clock. So a busy day, Simon, me and you, aren't we?
Yes, it is an exciting day.
So are you excited, everybody? Let me know whether you're excited. Karen's on comments. I'm going to take over Karen's phone now. Well, my phone. Have you got my phone?
It's your phone.
All right, brilliant. So I'm going to take that over, help out with comments, and I'm going to leave Karen. But let me tell you now, we've got some other goodies in the kitchen, and it's only just arrived. And I have to tell you, John walked in. It's not on the website, but it will be.
Can you do me a favour? Can you just put that in the pan just for now then, while you're still chatting?
Put it in the pan. Oh, put it in the pan.
In the pan.
I thought I was going to pour it in the chocolate.
Pour it in the chocolate.
No, don't do that.
So this new product, I've not put it on the website, but you've heard about it. Okay, so
Thank you.
here we go. So you know that you all love the Platinum Select. Well, they have exclusively made me strawberry milkshake flavour, and it is amazing. There's no point me showing you. It's white in colour, so you can do it in it, so you can colour anyone you want. But as soon as you open it, it smells gorgeous and it tastes gorgeous. And John has just brought it. So this is, anybody who's using Platinum, you'll know. I'll have to open this one. Got a pen there. Got a knife there, Karen?
They're saying you're going to have a sore throat by the time you finish talking.
Tell me.
Never. There you go.
It's all right, done it. Okay. So it's white in colour. So I just want to show you that it's white in colour. Okay. Let's get it out. It's just arrived. We had a sample 5 kilos a couple of months ago, didn't we? And yeah, hot off the press. We had a sample. God, you can smell it already. Yeah, so we had a sample one a few months ago and we loved it. Now we did sample the salted caramel, but it wasn't strong enough for us. The smell was nice, but it wasn't strong. Oh gosh, it
God,
just smells gorgeous. Can you smell it?
Wow.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? So this is going on the website, all right? And I've only brought a small amount in, so you're gonna have to buy it quick if you want it. But this is strawberry milkshake flavoured icing sugar. And this is going to be amazing for all your children's cakes. They are going to love it. They really are. Do you
I
like
like
it?
children's cakes. It's going for adult cakes as well.
So should we have a little taster, Karen?
Yeah.
Can you taste a sugar paste, Simon?
Is it our strawberry? Oh, it's got no.
Strawberry, but-
No, it's
Oh no, it's made with our right. Okay, so let me tell you about this. It's made with our flavouring as well, so there's no allergens. If you've got strawberry allergens, you don't need to worry. It's made with our flavoured ice and
Look at
sugar.
that. You can taste strawberry.
Go on, pop it down. I'll try it. I don't like strawberry though.
Oh well, don't taste it then. There's no point if you don't like it. I'll taste it for you. Look, it's a big chunk now.
Well, I'll give it a go. But
Oh, Carol. Absolutely. You're going to taste like. It tastes like those bubble gums you used to get years ago.
Does.
Oh God, that is absolutely
Nice,
gorgeous.
that. So that's lovely. That. So I'm sure you're going to love this. Just sniffing it is good. Okay. I've also got some new cupcake cases to go on the website as well. Look at them.
They are
Blingers.
gold. They're blingy.
I tell you, they are proper blingers. So I'll get those on the website, but I think they may be over the weekend when I get those on the website. If I can get them on today or tonight, I will do. All
I
right.
suppose you want me to photograph them as well.
I do want you to take a photo of them as well. So
Do you want my face in the reflection on them?
So don't worry, this will not be going back to the warehouse. This is our sugar paste. But if you love the platinum, you're going to love this, seriously. So it's slightly dearer than the other the plain platinum, mainly because I've had to get them to make it specially for me. And the thing is, when you start adding flavourings and colourings to your machinery, there's a bigger clean down, and that's where the cost is. It's part of the reason why we don't do colours in our flavoured icing sugars. One, which colour would we get? So if you want a pink, do you want a baby pink? Do you want a light pink? Do you want a cerise? You know, do you want just pink? But when you put it in the machinery, it's very difficult to get it out. So it's just slightly a bit more expensive, but not that much
And
more.
it's absolutely delicious.
Yes, it is. Really good. And this has just arrived. John's just walked in. He actually thought we were live. He just dropped it off. That's why we were late. Right, okay, so Karen, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think I'm going on now.
Right, I'm going to go and sit down there, okay? And this is what we're hoping to achieve.
Not quite on the stick though.
Yeah, no. Right, okay then. Right, I'm going. I'll get out of the way. You're on.
Right, okie dokie.
Right, go team. There you
Good morning. Right, so I'm just going to turn on.
go. There's no chairs down here. Sorry, Karen, can you pass me a chair?
Yeah, so I just want to make sure this isn't going to burn.
Squeaky one.
We've got a squeaky one again.
We need to sort these out.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
So I'm doing it this way on the stove so you can see how to do it. I mean, you can do it in the microwave if you want to, but one thing with the chocolate, you don't want to overcook it. If you burn it, it just ruins the taste completely. So I'm doing it with the double boiler method, just so you can see me add the water, see how it mixes up. I was very sceptical yesterday doing it on my son's birthday cake, thinking water, it'll seize the chocolate, because that's what happens when you get water in it, but it's absolutely brilliant, and you will see as I go along. While I'm just waiting for that, starting to melt now, because I asked Carol luckily to put the water in for me. So it's just starting to melt. I'm just going to get the cake out. We're using Select Island cake because we've been so busy, we just haven't had time to bake ourselves.
Speak of success, cake.
Select Island.
Select that. I was going to say, is that a new range we don't know about?
Yeah, they've not started cakes yet. If you're watching. Yeah, the Sweet Success here, we've been so busy that we've not had time to do any baking.
Oh, Breeder says the new sugar paste is too good for kids.
Absolutely, Breeder, I'm with you on that, absolutely.
What's the date on the paste? So I don't know, what's the date on the paste, Karen? So it's just literally come in, hasn't it?
Yes, it certainly has. It's only just
John just arrived with it.
best before May 2021.
Yeah, so you've got a year on it. And if you've still got sugar paste in your cupboard in a year, then there's a real problem.
We want to know
You're
why.
not baking enough. So if the flavoured strawberry milkshake taste goes well, then we're bringing out salted caramel next. I've just sent it down again for another testing, some more flavouring down, and hopefully we're going to have that soon. Oh, Jackie Andrew Adams says, oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision.
Yeah, wouldn't it be good that if you had smell-o-vision? It'd be great.
Yeah.
You never know, in the future. Can't get in this.
Oh, for the whipping it up, raspberry and lime and pistachio.
Yeah. There's some really good, some good suggestions that come through there.
Yeah. But what I thought about doing for the whipping it up is one flavour a month, swapping it, just trying one flavour a month. Job will kill me.
Yes, and if he's watching now, he's probably he's sorting out.
Yeah.
He's sorting out now. Is that what that hole was
I
under?
don't think John could ever sort me out, to be fair.
Is that what that hole was under? The patio? I'll tell you what, should we just slap the buttercream on rather than piping it? Should we just do what you do? Should we just slap it on?
You get the jam on, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you do, Karen? Do you put jam first or?
I usually put buttercream on one half and jam on the other, and then put them both together.
Right, very good. Do you want a turntable?
I got myself one.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then do you want to be right under the camera?
Right under the camera.
Oh, your mum wants coconut.
Thanks,
A
Mum.
little bit forward.
We all right like that?
Yeah,
Right,
that's
brilliant.
perfect.
So let's get this buttercream on. Wrong one. There it is.
So Rita says, Karen, the biscuit recipe turned out brilliant.
Oh, mate, amazing. Oh, tell you what, Carol, I've not got myself.
What?
I didn't get
How much
myself
buttercream are you putting on there?
a palette knife. That's what I was looking for. It's my palette knife.
I don't think we want this.
Yeah, we're having an extra tall cake. No, we're not. We're not. I'm taking some off now because I want some around the side.
This cake, by the way, tomorrow I'm doing my cupcake bouquet class, and I'm going to the nurses at the Children's Hospital at Stepping Hill, and I thought I would take this sunflower cake down there as well. It's going to be massive.
Unless I get hungry while the cupcake bouquet class is on, you know. No, they'll love it. Absolutely love it.
So I've not fell out with the old folks home. They've had a lot, but I did promise the nurses when I went down there with Molly's cake. They were so pleased, that I took it down. That I said that when I do this class, I'll take it all down then.
Yeah, we've got to be careful with the oven. You can't give them too much sugar. You've got to be careful with them.
Kids, it's fine, yeah.
Kids is fine. Right, so just put some buttercream on there, just nice and rustic.
That's funny, Kathy. Oh no, more decisions I can't cope. Job, you don't work here, and how many decisions we have to make.
There's my jam gone. There it is.
So those of you who've been making the mousse with the whipping it up, so we've been thinking, we made coffee flavour. Karen's going to give it a go with a slug of Baileys you're going to put in,
Oh
aren't you?
yeah.
A slug of Baileys. And what's the other Karen going to do? Karen Naylor.
Kirsch.
She's going to put kirsch in. So
Yeah.
you see loads of things you can add to it.
Yeah.
But just remember the water content, less water if you're going to add any more liquid.
Well, what I thought was because I was making the, even if I do the whipping it up, for the whipping it up whirls, when it's like 40 mils of water, I'm putting 40 mils of Baileys in it.
Yeah, well there you go, well, it's the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only like
the
having
same. It's the same.
having
No,
a
but that's what I'm saying, I don't want people to put 40 mils of water,
No.
then 40 mils of
No.
Baileys, then you'll have a problem. They've got to substitute it,
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah.
need to make sure we make that clear.
I could just have a bottle of Baileys instead of this.
and it's
Not
just
really, yeah.
it's just a good slug, isn't it? Good slug.
Yeah. Oh, I had one or two cream cheese fans.
Okay. Right, so there. Oh, that's a nice tall cake, Carol. They're gonna love that.
Yeah, that's going to be a massive cake, Karen.
It certainly is, but it
Yeah.
needs to be with a big sunflower on the side.
Yes, it's going on the top.
It won't fit on that
Great
side, yeah.
sunflower.
Yeah, no, oh god, blimey, imagine that. Right, there we go. So my chocolate is going really nice. Can you see that all right there, Simon?
He has to look from his camera, Karen, because we didn't put the
Yeah.
meter under the camera.
Well, I'm just putting it there. It's nearly melted. It's not quite, so I just want to
Yeah,
make
so
sure.
you're on the front.
I'm on the
Yeah.
front one
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just making sure. It's still
Can
got
you
some.
zoom in enough so they can see it's melted, Simon?
Well, they can see it's running around the bowl.
Yeah, it's
Can
not.
you not see that, Carol?
I wasn't watching them. The problem with me is when I'm doing comments, I don't actually watch the live on the phone.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually watch the live here. And then I look at the comments.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's nearly melted, not quite. I just want it to get for the rest of the calabos just to melt down because we don't want lumps in the ganache.
No. Yeah, so don't forget to like and share, everybody. So anybody who's just joined us, We're making water ganache. Karen did it for the first time yesterday, so I put her on the spot and said, great, you can do it on the live today. You know, she's a good for a challenge, isn't she? She's a good girl. And then we're going to decorate the cake with a big sunflower. Anything you need, Karen, just shout me.
I could do with another big palette now, because I'm just going to give it a very light, I found this a very light coat with buttercream, just to give it that initial, it's not even a proper cum coat, it's just actually just going over it to fill any gaps in.
I like that, Gina Lee. Men have no chance when women decide on something. You know what, Gina, you're so right, because my husband John thinks he makes all the decisions.
I'm going to do that in a minute because I want to show you this bit now.
They always get changed.
Of course they do.
Nikki asked if it's the Cake Illusionist on the 4th of July.
The Cake Illusionist is the 4th of July, yes.
Could you just pass me the scales there by your
And Molly Robbins
hands?
is the 24th of July.
And when's Georgie Godbolt?
30th of June. What would you
Scales,
like?
please. Just there. Thank you.
And it's £60 for all the classes on the Cake Illusionist, is it?
Yes,
just,
it is.
Yes. So yes, you get all the classes, Nikki, not just the one.
No. It's a great
It's a
deal.
bargain.
All these classes are an absolutely fabulous deal. I don't think you'd realise what you're getting.
Because I've used, I'm going to take that off the heat now and put it on a cloth on the board.
Don't burn the board.
Oh no, I watched Laura last night. I'm in the same thing with Laura. We don't burn the board. Right, so I'm just going to put 86 grams, 86 mils of warm water. Because I've used 340 grams of dark Calibo.
Maria Mottershead says, I've not seen the Wills yet. I need to catch up. I feel as though I've been missing out. You have?
So it's 86 ml, and we're just going to pour it straight into there, and then we're just going to stir it around until it's all combined. And this is where I panicked yesterday, but there is no need.
That's what I like about Jo Griffin. She's even amazed that her coffee mousse got in the Wills. She just kept eating it. It is delicious, isn't it? So those of you who've been making the Whipping It Up, the feedback has been amazing. You all love the flavour, and that's really very good, because our flavours are super. Just to let you know, we only use premium flavouring. We don't use a cheap flavouring at all. We use premium flavouring, and they're all free from allergens as well. So there's no nuts in them. They're all made in a nut-free environment as well. Gluten-free. They're just amazing flavourings.
So can you see that the 86 grams of water has just a right good stir, and it's all combined in. The water, the chocolate hasn't seized, it hasn't gone that yucky bit. It really does work. Now this one, if you was doing a chocolate drip cake, you'd let it cool to 90 degrees before pouring it into your piping bag and piping on your cake. To use it as the ganache, or as they call it, the frosting on the when I was looking on the recipe page, the frosting or the ganache, I let it cool quite considerably. It's supposed to cool till it resembles a peanut butter consistency. I don't think they mean the chunky one.
I was going to ask that.
Not the chunky one. I knew Sam was going to ask that. I knew.
You just know, you can see, can't you?
Yeah. So I'm going to put that to one side
It always
now.
comes out with the random questions, our Simon, doesn't it?
I'm just saying what people are thinking. No, I'm saying what I'm thinking.
Yes. So just move that out.
Nobody else was thinking, does she mean crunchy peanut butter?
Yeah, I know. So just a quick question. Sarah Saunders has asked, is the quantity of the water the same for the milk and the white chocolate?
No,
and the
it's
ganache?
not.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm just going to put that to one side now. Now give it a good stir just so it'll cool down. No, the white chocolate, if you use 170 grams of white chocolate Calibo, you need 28 grams of warm water. So if you was going to use the 340 grams that I would use, you'd only have 56 grams of warm water. I did the milk. 28. I did it milk chocolate last night because that's all I had in the cupboard. I did it milk chocolate and it was fine, but it was a bit, not runny, but a bit more looser than what I would really like. So I don't know if the milk has got something to do with that, whether
all
to
the
try
chocolates
it.
are different, Karen. So
Yeah.
with each of the chocolates, so like with them, it'll tell you how many parts. You need more white chocolate to liquid, more milk chocolate to liquid, and the dark chocolate has the less.
So I mean, yesterday I just did I did the 170 grams of the milk chocolate, and I did do the 43 grams of warm water.
Yeah.
So it was okay. But I mean that's going with it being the dark now. that's starting. It's still too warm to use. It's starting to thicken up.
Yeah.
If you can see that, it looks that's going really good. So
Just think of the money you're saving by not having to buy cream.
And also, you buy a pot of cream, you don't need it all. You put it in your fridge, it goes off. You don't use it.
Well, the other thing is it doesn't affect. By the way, when you use cream, you can still save your ganache for a very long time. It doesn't go off actually. But with the water, you can save it further.
Absolutely.
And if you wanted to make it with a cup of tea, exactly the same. Just gives a different flavour.
It's a good catch, Simon, good catch. So this is just going to have just a very thin coat, just so that I'm probably sealing the centre.
Jam it.
I'm sealing just so I've got a nice.
That's one massive cake.
That is a big cake. Yes.
The children's ward are going to like that tomorrow, aren't they?
Well, you know, for the size of the sunflower, you need a big cake. You do.
Well, after the bouquet class tomorrow, I'm taking it down.
Well, I might just come with you.
Yeah. Oh, will you? That'll be nice, won't it? So Kathy made tea cakes, but her fluff was a little bit loose. Any advice?
Yeah, it depends on what recipe you use. As I said on a few Facebook posts that I commented yesterday, I had another play at home and I told a load of people that, and I did it on the live. I've cut the water content down to 40 mils.
Yeah, because you were higher, weren't you?
Yeah, I was at 52 mils, and even on the live, I cut it down to 40 mils and 1.5 tablespoonfuls of golden syrup, and that gave it more stability.
Yeah.
It was more stable.
So we haven't put the fluff recipe on the website yet, have we? So we must put that on actually. We actually didn't know we could make fluff with it until we went live on the night the first time, didn't we?
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Can you make fluff with it?" And we tried it. We thought, "Ooh, that's pretty amazing."
It was.
Isn't
We just fiddled with it, and then found out. We did research on the website, trying to find out what people put in it, and it works really well. But the best thing to fill your chocolate shells is the whipping up mousse.
Yeah.
It is amazing, isn't it, Carol?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say use the mousse rather than fluff. Use the fluff for what kids use it for. What do kids put it on? Do they just
On digestive biscuits and things like that.
Make the fluff and use it on the biscuits, but make the mousse for your tea cakes and everything else. It's far nicer.
And it keeps, with it being sealed in chocolate, it's completely sealed. I don't know how I managed it, but I managed to keep one whirl in the fridge for about 4 days, 5 days, and it was as fresh as the day I made it.
Yeah.
It was absolutely great.
So those of you who are doing the Georgia class as well, I know you need some dome balls. I've just basically bought all the stock. So I'm sure somebody's going to be a bit peed off with me, but I've just bought 42 sets. So they're going to go on the website tonight. If I can get them on the website after this live, I've got a load of lives to do today in every group and I need to do them today. But if Karen's happy to clear the kitchen, I'll put the stock on afterwards and I'll get the strawberry milkshake sugar on. So what I'll do is before I go and do all the lives in the groups, I'll get those two things done. So there's 4 packets of the 42 packets of the domes coming in for those who need them.
Right, that's had a very light crumb coat. I'm just going to throw that in the fridge just for a few minutes while I'm still making my ganache go colder. I just found yesterday, just gave it a little bit.
It does need to be straight for what I'm doing, Karen.
Yeah, it just gave it. I like it straight. it just gives it. You've got the straight edge then for putting the ganache on, and then Carol's gonna cover it with everything. But, you know.
So Linda Miles says that she tasted one with the fluff in as soon as she made it, but once it had been in the fridge, it was firm the next day.
Yes, they go lovely.
Yeah. And to be fair, you're in a hot kitchen when you're making them,
yes.
Aren't they?
So this is just cool. As you can see now, put that over there. It's not hot now. I can put it on Carol's board. It's.
People were worried about water on my board last night. It's perfectly fine.
I could see her. She was sweating, cobs thinking the board.
To answer Paige's question about there being raw egg in it, it's pasteurised, isn't it?
It's pasteurised egg. It's not raw egg when it's a powder, so you don't need to worry. Once it becomes a powder, it means it's been cooked and then it's been freeze dried. So do not worry about it.
So it's safe for pregnant women.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a perfect product really because it's a convenient product. You don't need to worry about going buying eggs. You don't need to worry about the safety of it anymore. And you've got no egg yolk waste.
While this is cooling down, can I ask you a favour?
Yeah.
Can you do some draws?
Can I do some more?
Draws.
Ah, yeah. of course
Because
I can.
it just gives this time more to cool down a bit
Oh,
more.
right, okay then.
Otherwise, I'm just stood here looking pretty.
Right, okay, come on, John, what's up? I'm about to do some drawers. Do you need me right now?
I just want to know if you wanted that tissue paper bringing up.
Oh, right, yeah. Great.
So the whipping it up fluff and the stuff that you piped on top of that lemon cake and used with the blowtorch, is that the same stuff?
No,
Yes, it was.
no, because it was
The
pavlova.
stuff that you made, yeah, it was still whipping it up.
Oh, it was whipping it up, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the fluff that goes inside the tea cakes.
No,
No,
no.
it was just the actual meringue whipping it up mix that I did.
Ah, right.
It was, yeah, and
So
then
with the fluff you added some syrup, didn't you?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to change places with Carol
Do you
then.
want to stir that or anything while you're
Well, no,
while
it's
you're
not doing to it. I just want it to cool down a bit.
Right, on a pink board. Right.
It's not hot.
Okay, so let me just explain about the whipping it up product because some of you get confused. It's a multi-use product, okay? So it's a multi-use product, so you can make Swiss meringue buttercream, you can make fluff, you can make mousse, you can make biscuits, you can make pavlova, make friands, you can make roulade. There's lots of things, but go and follow the recipes. Now the fluff isn't on the recipe website, so and it's a powdered egg white, so perfectly safe. You're absolutely fine with it, and it's all free from allergens in terms of if you have any allergens to strawberries or lemons or something like that. So let me just do these drawers and get them out of the way while Karen gets her thing down. So we did we're going back to last Thursday, aren't we? So we're doing all the drawers on a Friday morning because it becomes confusing. I think with us doing so many lives, it became really confusing. So
But to confuse matters, we did the drawers on Thursday
yes, I
last
know.
week.
And then we confused it again last week because we actually didn't have a live on Friday because Molly was in the kitchen. So we did all the drawers last Thursday morning, did we? Or
Yeah.
Thursday night?
Thursday night it was.
Thursday night. So I need to go back to
Thursday night.
Thursday night when we did the draw. So just let me find out where we were. Does anybody know what date it was last Thursday? Oh,
Yes, it
I'll tell
was-
you what we made. We made that amazing lemon, the sponge that you're talking about. That cheesecake sponge is amazing. And if you ever get the opportunity to make it. But believe me, I can't tell you. Our Laura, we had 3 here in the kitchen. Simon took half of one home. You took a full one
I
home,
took
did you?
with a couple of
We had a
slices
little
out.
slice, haven't we?
Of course we did.
So
yeah.
we after she made it, we cut a little piece out and shared it between the 3 of us. Simon took half of one home. I took a full one down to my daughter's, and then brought it back because she said, "Mum, don't leave it there." She kept a quarter, and then we ate it. And I have to tell you, it's the most greediest cake there is. You just can't stop eating it. And then I gave it to my friends, and they had a big half between 3 of them. And they just ate it. They couldn't stop it. They couldn't believe the big chunks that they got out of it. They just ate it. You've definitely got to go back to last Thursday's live and make that. Can you
So,
just open
Thursday
the
the
door,
4th.
Simon?
We've banned ourselves out with Carol for making
Yeah,
it again.
I know. I'm never making it again because that is one cake that I could just eat the whole cake. There's a saying, it's that bad. It's so bad, and it really is bad because I just wanted to scoff the lot.
Well, those
Right.
friends didn't last long last night.
No, you ate plenty of friands, you with your gluten allergy, didn't you?
Well,
So-
I'm on a gluten eating
Is that-
2 weeks. So then
So-
give everything up.
Right.
But
So
well, I've been tested, but
Right.
never, that's not going to medical issues.
yes. Okay, so Simon's not very well at the moment, so he's off his gluten-free diet, and while he's off it, he's scoffed everything in his kitchen. The man's been here for I
So
don't know
that's
how
not
long.
going to
You've been
be-
here since March, never ate a thing, and this last month he's scoffed everything. So anyhow, so there was 100 and let's just see how many shares it was for last Thursday. But if you haven't made it, and it was a very easy cake to make, believe me, I would love to see our group smashed with making that cake because it's amazing. It was a take on the Jane Patisserie, is that how you
James
say it?
Patisserie, yeah.
Jane's Patisserie, and it was a take on that, using our whipping it up, using our flavoured icing sugars. We used everything. It was brilliant. So let me just get everybody up. So just to make it fair, we like to make sure that we share the love. So last week we did a lot of draws. So what we're going to do is, if you've won in that month, we're going to give it to somebody else. Just sharing the love. And then after a month, if you win again, you win again. So let me just keep bouncing that up, get that up. So don't stop liking and sharing, because that's what the good fun is. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I'm just having to bounce it to make sure that we've definitely got on.
Last Thursday.
Yeah, 121 I think there was.
Wow.
So this winner can have either 6 bags of whipping, no, you can only have 5 bags of whipping it up because we've got no velvet vanilla. So you can have 5 bags of whipping it up, or you can have a £25 voucher. It's up to you. Ooh, nearly got Wendy then. Baking for Therapy. Now, I know who Baking for Therapy is, Debbie Hargreaves, but I don't know whether she's won this last month, so we're just going to leave it like that for the moment.
I can't see her.
I don't think she's won for,
I think it was
for
about
a
month
while.
ago when Baking.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Won.
Right, okay, so that's last Thursday, so congratulations, Debbie. And then we're going to do Monday's live with Danielle Crouch. So that's a £25 voucher, but again, if you want whipping it up, just let me know. I would give you 6 bags. In fact, you know what? You can have 6 bags. Let's do it right. You can have 6 bags, but you just can't have velvet vanilla. You'll have to have 2 bags of something else. So here, there was 169 shares with Danielle. She had a great audience on Monday night as well, so that's good. So let's load that up. So sorry, just do this. So we've done last Thursday's. We're going to do Mondays. There wasn't many lives this week because Karen and I were having to make cupcake bouquet bundles. And I've got to laugh at you lot who are in the group. Do you know there's actually no cellophane? There's a shortage of cellophane. So because I've given you all where to go and buy it, I can't freaking buy any. All my favourite stuff, and one roll that I buy, I pay $39.99 for it. Try to get it now, it's gone up to $59.99. Thanks. It's my favourite one, the one with the little pink flowers on, isn't it?
And then we was busy doing Georgie's bundles, weren't we?
And then I can't do it yet. And then we've been building Georgie's bundles. I saw one of you ask. It's a small bundle but I'm coming into each of the groups later to talk to you about it. So I think I've done that enough now. Trying to find somebody. Ooh. Right, Maria Wilson. I don't think Maria's won, actually.
Well done,
no,
Maria.
well done, congratulations. So Maria, you can have 6 bags of whipping it up, or you can have a £25 gift voucher. So when you claim your prizes, what you need to do is you must go through to our website, which is sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. You go to the info page, you send an email, and you say, so like for Thursday, if you the lady who won, Debbie, you need to email through and you say, I won last Thursday's live with Karen with the lemon sponge cake, okay? So Maria, you write and you go, I've won last Monday's live with Danielle Crouch, yeah? And then we're going to do last night, Laura's live, so we'll do it this week. So we'll do that one. And then we're up to speed again. So then next week, pardon?
We like being up to
Yeah.
date.
So we're up to date. And then next week, we know we're starting on Friday. And if you can make a note of that, Simon, that would be great. So Laura's live, she got 106 shares last night, so well done. So let's just load that up. And then I'm going to have a quick chat to you about classes, because some of you are very confused about classes and you don't need to be confused. It's such a great deal. So those ones who've clicked what's going on, they know what a great deal it is.
Well, could you just do the draw? Let me ganache the cake, put it
Yeah.
in the fridge, and then talk about classes.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, I need to make the whipping it up anyhow. So Elizabeth Lennox. So Elizabeth, there you go. So you have won it. It was right on the border that, you know, of Marie, you know. But, you know, I'll go for the top one. So Elizabeth Lennox, if you're watching, then you've won 6 bags of whipping it up, or you can have a £25 voucher. It's entirely up to you. All right, then. So congratulations, all you ladies. And then I'm going to let Karen get on with the ganache, and then I'll talk to you about classes when it's in the cake and I'm making the whipping it up. Yeah, good. Oh, it's very quiet in the kitchen, isn't it?
It's nice.
Concentration. I just love this lemon. It's going to be perfect.
Right, so I've got my cake back out of the fridge, and as you can tell, it is runnier than what. See, I don't ganache that much, so I think it's to me last night.
We've got the oven on.
I was making bread, but then it all went to pot.
Right, so we've had the oven on for several hours now for no
No,
reason.
it's been on 35 minutes, yeah, I know. Right, so I've got the, so I'm going to use a palette knife.
I was thinking, I'm sure we're not baking anything today.
Yeah,
What
I've
palette
left
knife do you
them
use?
there just at the top. So I'm just going to use a palette knife to put the,
If you want,
Yes,
clean
please.
block away from the walls.
thank you. I got myself all ready to bring it down with me.
Do we do prizes for Tracy Mann live?
Pardon?
Do we do prizes for
No.
Tracy Mann? Don't do, yeah.
Because it's nothing to do with us, she's advertising her own company.
Right.
Yeah, no, we only, I let Tracy Mann on because she's advertising her company, but she doesn't do anything for us. Not that she doesn't do anything for us, but she's advertising her own products.
And one thing, if you've had your cake in the fridge to chill the buttercream, it's great because it starts to set your ganache as it goes round. Now I'm trying to, can you see that all right there, Simon?
I'm on this one at
yeah.
the moment.
I'm just going around, just getting the first coat on. And this is the 811 dark chocolate that I'm using. And all the Calibos come back into stock today, hasn't it, Carol?
Pardon?
All
Yes,
the
it's all
Calibos back
just-
in
yeah,
stock.
It's all back in stock.
It's all just arrived, so we can all stock up again now. After I panicked yesterday doing my son's cake and my Calibo had gone out of my cupboard and I found out the husband and the son eat it.
Sneaky eating it.
They
aren't
both go in and they both don't realise, they both take a handful and think they're going to be alright, and I go there and the bag's empty. So I'm just covering the cake carefully. Just making sure I'm getting at the bottom as well. As you can see, it is looser, but it does go on the cake. It covers the cake really good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this chill for around about, I think it was, I did it for 10 minutes in my fridge yesterday, just so that I could then use a little rollie on it. But a nice tip for you to do, if you're doing a little rollie on it, use some chocolate icing sugar to a little rollie with, because I used white and then found out that it didn't disappear that as fast as I wanted it to, so I ended up just painting my cake with vodka, which worked.
So they said the little rolly works with Ganache, and we haven't actually used it. So what made you decide to use it yesterday, Karen?
Devilment. just to try it, because the cake, I'd done it pretty smooth, but I thought, do you know what? I'd heard people say, does it work on Ganache? I thought, well, while I'm here, while I was at home, let's just try it.
Yeah. And does that need to set a little minute?
Yeah, it
before,
needs
right?
about 10 minutes. I'd say about 10 minutes in the fridge, just
So
to make
I'll
sure.
just have a chat about the little rolling
Yeah.
product as well.
I'm just going to make sure this is covered.
The mousse recipe, did we put the mousse recipe on the website?
I thought
Karen?
it went on. I thought you put
Yeah.
it on.
I don't know. I've got to be honest, I can't remember if the mousse recipe's on, but you know what, before, I won't get it on today. I might get it on tonight, but I won't get it on today. I'll have a check what recipes are on there. It's gone on gone nice with that water, hasn't it?
It has. I just want to make sure. I mean, I know you're covering some of the cake. I just want to make sure there's no bald gaps, bald bits in it. But it has gone. It's really
And
nice.
did you put it on so it's a rough effect like I've done with the buttercream
Yes.
to show that it goes out?
Yes.
So we don't need to smooth this now, we're just putting it on, aren't we?
I'm just putting. I'm just taking some of the lumps out,
Yeah.
and then just as you can tell, the top's set already.
We'll give it something that's reasonable,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah, you don't want to just put it on with like loads of lumps and bumps. You want to get it a bit smoother. Like, there we go. So I'm going to do it like that. Put that in the fridge just for about 5 minutes, so it just starts to go off. And then we'll come back with a little roller.
Yeah, Jackie says the mousse recipe is on.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jackie.
that's great. Saves me a job. I've got another recipe. I've got a couple of recipes to put on, the fluff and Laura's free hands. I put the roulade on last night. That looks good, Karen.
Is
The
it
kids
just
are going to love that, aren't they?
Absolutely, because there's nothing better than chocolate, is there?
No.
So let's put that in the
So
fridge.
the best way to look for the whipping it up recipes is to go to the go to the Reb's website and just in the search terms write whipping it up. And as soon as you write whipping it up in the search terms, it all comes up.
Right, Carol, you've got probably about 5 minutes.
Right, okay.
And that's
Well, that's all
on
back on
the whipping it up
Yeah,
page.
yeah, no, it's on the recipe website.
Yeah, sugar and crumbs, mixing it up.
Yeah, but you said
So-
it's on the whipping it up
I
page.
did say that, didn't
You
I?
did,
Sorry,
yes.
sorry for confusion.
Yes,
Can I have your phone again, just for any
you
comments?
can.
I put it there. I put it down here to
Yeah.
see people so people could see it. But
Yeah.
I,
Okay, so just 1 second, let me get rid of all this stuff.
Sorry.
It's all right, no, it's all right. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so what we've done is if you go to our website, which is on the back of all the packets, which is sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com or .co.uk, they both work. And then in the search term, write whipping it up. And as soon as you put that in, all the recipes come up then. So there's 2 missing at the moment. There's fluff missing and there's the free hands missing. Okay, so I'll get those on over the weekend. But what I do want to talk to you about, I want to talk to you about the little rolly. The little rolly, when we brought these out the first time, you know I wasn't confident about them. And when I brought these out, I ordered them at a time before COVID-19. And then the shipping price I got for that was a sensible shipping rate because the planes were going over, everything was fine. And when you fly anything over, you pay a premium for flying goods over. But because I always want things quickly, because I'm impatient, I always pay the extra for flying. Whereas if I put it on a container on the sea, it would make it a lot cheaper. Anyhow, with COVID-19 happening, when I ordered the second batch of these, the shipping cost, so let me just tell you the first shipping cost, just to give you an idea. By flight was £350, okay? Then you've got customs and you've got everything else. And I can't remember if that was £350 a box or so much. I think it might have been £750 in total. But the second time we brought them over, it cost us just short of £5,000. And that's how much shipping has gone up. And all courier prices, everything has gone up. Mainly because there was nobody out. Everybody's at home. There's nobody flying the planes. Do you know what I mean? It's pushed everything up and everybody wants everything. And you may be wondering why there's lots of products out of stock. There's lots of products out of stock because suppliers have got them on the sea. They're on the containers on the sea. We're waiting to get them in. But it's like everything else. You've got to wait for them to come in. And then wherever everybody's working, everybody's on furlough. So you've got less staff and then you've got social distancing. It's not just what's going on in our own home or in the supermarkets. You've got to look at the bigger picture, and that's why there's no cake boxes in the country. There's no cupcake boxes in the country. Everybody's got them on the sea. They're coming over, but you got to remember China also closed down for 12 weeks as well. So this whole knock-on effect is going on. I think somebody was telling me they were trying to buy some garden furniture. Can't get any garden furniture. My daughter lives in Australia. She wanted to buy bedding. Can't buy any bedding. So everywhere's running out, but it's because nobody expected this to happen. We all just order our normal stock allocation. That's what we generally order each month, and we stuck with it, and then we got hit by it. And every supplier is the same, and the couriers are under massive pressure. So I know most of you understand that, but if ever you see comments in the group, try and give that feedback back to everybody, because some people don't realise we get emails every day asking us what's going on. Why is my order not here? And I just think, has nobody been paying attention to what's going on? And it's really important that we do share that. We are packing orders as fast as we can in a very difficult situation. We're only in a small warehouse for starters, and trying to have 2 teams pack and do social distancing. You know, they're running up and down aisles. They don't just pack an order. You've got to run up and down aisles to pick the order. Somebody's got to refill those stock bins. It's a massive process, and I'm only a little company, so how do you think the big companies are coping? So just to give you a little insight onto that. Anyhow, on the group, there was a little bit of a riot started the other day, and this little rollie from America, just that set, one rollie, is $9.99, okay? And then if you buy it together, it's $17.99. And I'm charging $22.99. I've also factored in the shipping costs. But if you buy from America, so this lady came on and said, basically, she basically implied that I was ripping people off for what I was charging. What she didn't realise is that you were getting both packets. What she didn't realise is that for you to ship from America, there's 2 shipping options, £12 or £36, okay? It's not rocket science to then work it out that this is actually a fantastic deal. And quite a few of you defended me. But just in case there's newbies and they don't realise, that's what you need to think about. And just because you've ordered it from America doesn't mean that you won't pay customs when it comes in, because you do. So not only did we have to pay the shipping fee that's come in, and it's a big shipping fee, and the big customs fee as well. There's actually no margin in this now, but we've still honoured it. John didn't put the price up, he's left it, he's honoured it. The only thing now is you don't get 2 handles. Our profit margin is very, very, very low, and John has still honoured it because he's not one, but he didn't want to put it up and it looked like we were hiking the prices up. So we've tried to be as fair as we can. So if you do see comments on the group, you know, I was really pleased that a lot of people jumped on and protected us, but do try and explain what it is in a nice way, not in a horrible way. We don't need to beat people up about it, but let's make them aware. So what I actually did is I actually did screenshots of what it would cost me to buy this set from America, and it was dearer than you buying it off me. So when Karen shows you this, do enjoy it. You do only get 1 handle, and I've not had any problems with the handles. You do need to be careful with them. We have had 1 broken handle, and I'm surprised because I'm surprised how it has broken. But the handles were given free. You weren't paying for the handle. We gave you an extra handle for free. And I haven't got any spare handles at all to give anybody. So if you do break it or something like that, there's nothing I can do. But you've got it, to break that, look, it's rigid. Here, you under the thing there? To break that, I just don't understand how it could have been broken. It's got to have been done with force. Look, I'm pushing all that on it.
Yeah, it must have been.
I don't know what's happened. But anyhow, to fill it, are we still on the overhead?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a plastic end, yeah? And there's an end with no plastic. It's got plastic there, but it doesn't pop out. You need this bit where the plastic is.
It's got a lip on it, hasn't it?
Yes, it's got a lip. So if you put it in there, okay, it's going to just keep falling off. And some of you have done that. Admit it, you've done it. You've tried it, you rolled it, and it's sliding off. You need to click it into there, and you have to click it, yeah? Now, when you come to pull it out, you have to hold your sponge. All right, it's got buttercream on it, it's got ganache on it, but you know what, it's one of those things, if you've used it, it's dirty, you've just got to hold it. So you've got to hold it, and then you've got to pull it, okay? And it loosens up over time, so the first 2 clips, you know, first couple of clips, it will be stiffer. It's like everything when it's new, but then it will loosen up over time. But how the handle's broken, I just don't know. I really don't know.
I think if you were pulling, if you were holding it by the right at the end,
yeah,
trying to pull it off.
Yeah, I don't know what they've done. All I can think is they've done that because the way that it's broken, it's there. So unfortunately, if you break it, I can't give any handles away. I actually don't have any, but I have only had the 1 broken handle. But I just wanted to explain about this set. As a company, I try my hardest to get the best prices, but I can't be cheaper than everybody. I really can't. I'm not that big a company. But what I do hope is that we're a fabulous company. We offer a great customer service and we offer a great service from you. So if there is a few things that's a penny or 2 cheaper, penny or 2 dearer, then take that into account for the company that you're dealing with. You know, take into account what we actually do for the cake community. You know, we do a lot of lives that are absolutely free. We put in a lot of time and effort, and you know, lots of people don't buy from us. They watch, they see our product. I get emails of people and say, Carol, I bought your product from another company. Great. Have to smile, but that wasn't the idea. But you know what, that's the way it goes, you know, and I'm not a hard sell girl either. I'm actually quite a soft sell girl. I tell you about the product, and the whole reason why we do these lives is we want you to believe in the product as well. And this is why we go to the effort of showing you. We don't come up with a little 1-minute video and then make it look amazing and you don't really know how to use it. We actually show you. We can't show you more than enough times because we want you to learn how to use things properly. So hopefully that explains everything, because Karen sat there with her ganache cake and she wants me to buzz off. Yeah? Good. Come on.
Karen's ganache is going firm and you're just stood there waffling away, aren't you?
I am not waffling away.
She's doing it on purpose. She's making me ganache firm up.
I am not.
So I have got now a nice firmish ganache. It is still pretty. It's still some soft. I've got my little roly. I've got some chocolate. I think it's mocha toffee chocolate.
Is it cocoa powder?
No, it's not cocoa powder. It's icing sugar.
Chocolate
Natural
icing
flavoured
sugar.
icing sugar. But I've used the mocha flavour just because it's what I've got hold of. So I'm just going to roll the little roly in that. Just bang off any excess.
Is this your scary moment, Karen? Like mine. There you go.
It's probably it's a little bit firm on the top, but see, if somebody wasn't talking all the time, you could take it a bit
Don't
quicker.
blame me, because I would never have put it in the fridge.
I had to in my house because my house was so hot, you know,
Yeah, just
yesterday.
speed things up, because otherwise you would have had to
Karen,
wait
they can't
20
see it.
minutes.
Oh.
They can't. You need to be onto that camera, which I'm sure they can see me on the camera now.
They can, yeah.
Yeah.
Still see you. Still see you.
No, you bloody can't.
People can just see your arm over the mixer.
He's trying to get you in the back garden there, isn't
Right,
it?
you've gone now.
Right.
Plus you're 10 metres away.
So to be truthful, it probably is a little bit firm, but it is smoothing some of the ridges
Yeah.
out. Near this stone, it'll start to melt again in a bit. Luckily, Carol doesn't need it really smooth. Do you, Carol?
So will that set quite hard eventually?
It's set harder than I wanted it to. Yes.
Will it set harder than it is now?
Yes.
So will it go like chocolate or?
Yeah, but I've noticed when I touched my son's cake this morning, it's not going to crack the cake when I cut into it. It's still going to be a nice. It's a stiff frosting, but it's not going to crack the cake and fall off in pieces. It's not going to set like hard chocolate. I was dead excited yesterday when I did it.
Is it softening down then? You keep going over it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just keep going over it, because when
Yeah.
you're going over it, you're actually warming it gently
Yeah.
with the roller.
Are they all laughing at me?
Laughing at
No,
me.
not at all. No, it's looking good. No, it's looking good. No, but the thing is, if they put it in the fridge too long, Karen, they need
Yeah.
to know that's,
Yes.
you know, it doesn't need to go in the fridge that long.
No. I mean, it was in longer than 5 minutes because you can't stop Carol waffling when she starts.
Would you mind not saying I'm waffling, because I'm actually not waffling.
No, you
I got in
would.
trouble for
Alright,
that.
yes.
No, you were telling her all about the
Simon's
products.
got the eye about telling me for waffling.
Oh, no.
I was actually talking about something
She
very
was.
important.
He was actually. It's about
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And people need to get it right. A lot
Yes.
of people don't realise, and a lot of people, I don't want to be accused of ripping people off. I don't rip anybody off for anything.
You certainly do not.
And that was basically what I got accused of.
There was a lot of people. I saw the comments, and a lot of people were on your side
Oh,
there.
yeah, yes, they
Absolutely.
were. Nikki, it works with any chocolate.
You can turn it the way so you can get the rolling right at the bottom as well, so you can actually get into the bottom of your cake.
It's funny. Breeder says stop putting the labels on the boxes so that we can pretend it's something else coming from the past.
Oh, I know. I saw somebody's comment yesterday saying the husband said because he was off work he was going to tidy the back bedroom, and they went into panic mode because that's where all the parcels were hidden. I can imagine saying, "No, it's all right, husband. I'll sort that out. I'll sort that room out."
Can you just confirm the amount of water, Karen, for the ganache?
Yeah, this one with using the dark chocolate. It was 1 ounce of water, which is sorry. Let me just check that. Just want to make sure I'm giving the right one.
So
Yeah, I'll give you the mils. The dark chocolate is 43 mils of warm water to. Sorry.
Keep rolling.
Oh, keep rolling. It's.
I don't want you blaming me. It's hardened up again.
No, it's not. It's
Is it all smooth now?
It's going smooth. It's not as smooth as I'd like, but you know what? It has gone. It's gone smoother. It's gone great. And
That ship sailed, Carol. She's already blamed you.
Doesn't it?
I know.
Isn't it great? It gives you pretty much sharp edges as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
The rolling. I found that yesterday. I was thinking, oh, Carol. I was praising you for anything in the kitchen yesterday at my house. Oh, Carol, getting sharp edges. I was looking at.
Does the warm water stop the melted chocolate from seizing?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at Carol now to answer the question. Yeah, it's as long as you're using the warm water and you keep stirring and just keep stirring it, it doesn't seize one little bit and it just all comes into a lovely velvet chocolatey mass. It's lovely. Because I was very sceptical when I saw that on Facebook about water with chocolate, because I've always known that you put a bit of water in chocolate and it goes, ugh. But it really works. Then you use less water with the white chocolate. If you was using 170 grams of white chocolate, you'd only use 28 mils of warm water. I didn't realise that, Carol, with ganache, that so they don't use it that often, that you use different amounts for the colours of the chocolate.
What I was thinking, Karen, is because we've let that set a little bit too long while I was waffling.
You weren't waffling, you were talking about the little roller.
Right. What is, you've got chocolate in the bowl here. Why don't we spread it onto a board? Why don't we melt it?
Yeah.
Spread it onto a board into a lump and you roll that out and then they can see it then.
Don't you want some ganache for the middle of your... You could roll that.
On the top.
In the middle of your... In the middle of your sunflower.
Could you not do the top some more, Karen? Just
I could put
another layer on the top and see how it rolls out if you leave it the right amount of time.
Have you got enough to do your cake there?
Have you got enough to do the cake and still eat some?
Yeah.
But that's... Look...
Give the game away again.
I've got it as smooth as I've got it, but you see, we are decorating it. But the one I did yesterday, because it was still a bit warm, and also actually I used milk chocolate as well. But the dark chocolate, it doesn't need to go in the fridge quite as long. Just do it, just to take some of the tackiness of it, and then come back with your rolling, and it really does work. I just let that set a little bit hard, and it isn't as warm in the kitchen today as what it was in my kitchen last night. So the temperature's down. Yeah. I was just looking at the bowl. I will do it again on another live for you though. We'll keep showing you all these new things. We'll just keep going over them with you. We'll do them again with you.
I've got a sunflower to do.
Yeah. So
20 minutes when you're waffling.
I know I am waffling. I am waffling.
Ladies,
do you want to put in the fridge, Carol, while you do your Swiss meringue? Do you want to take it out?
No. Put your handbags away now.
No, me and
Carol
are the bestest of mates in here. We love it. And we'll gang up on you if you're not careful.
Exactly. Right, we're going to make some Swiss meringue buttercream now, aren't we? But having said that, it has tidied it up, and to be fair, for what I need for it, it's great. So next time we'll do it again for you with less waffle, yeah. And
we'll do it straight away.
I personally wouldn't put it in the fridge. And when Karen said to me this morning she put it in the fridge, I went, oh right, really? Now I'm not saying my way is the right way either, because I've actually never done it with ganache. But I was a bit surprised to put it in the fridge. But I would put the buttercream. Proved
right.
Well, I don't know, because we haven't done it straight away.
You see what it is? My kitchen is probably a quarter the size of this kitchen, so my kitchen was really, really hot.
Yeah.
And this isn't. It's
And
cool.
it's nice and clean.
Quite
in
cool.
here.
We've got
Good.
door open.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so a couple of questions about this. Do you need any more rollies? They wash out, okay? So let me just take this off.
They wash
Only
brilliantly.
overhead. So you're on the overhead, Simon, now?
Yeah.
So like this is dirty, but this will wash up white again, really clean. So give it a really good wash, hot soapy water. Don't put it in the dishwasher though. Hot soapy water, then rinse it out in cold water, make sure all your soap is out. And then see this, stand it up, so it's this way, on a piece of kitchen roll in the kitchen. Just leave them stood up like that, like little soldiers, yeah? And then you can use them. They don't wear out. You do get 6, but the reason that we put 6 in is if you were doing different colours, or you wanted to ganache one cake and you wanted a buttercream another cake, and you know, but they're going to last you for a long
Do we
time.
wash that
They,
now?
they
Is that
will
okay?
eventually break
Yeah.
down,
Do you
but
wanna wash that
that'll
now?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be after a couple of years, won't
I would have
it?
thought you'd have to be ganaching a lot of cakes, or buttercream a lot of cakes. So you can use it for ganache, you can use it for buttercream, and this icing sugar will absorb, so don't worry, it will disappear. But for what I'm going to use it for, I'm going to make the Swiss meringue buttercream with it now, the whipping it up mix. So I'm going to make the Swiss meringue buttercream, and we're going to make a big
This is what I'm looking forward to watching you.
sunflower.
doing.
I'm not sure it's going to look like that, but we're going to try. Yeah, so that's what we're going to get. That's what we're going to aim for. So let's see how we go. You know what I'm like? I like to wing it on the day. Like to wing it. I've made one before, not like that, but I've made one before, just guessing what it looked like. So we'll just go for a little bit more detail. So we need to get this cake off onto a clean drum. So I'm going to get Karen to do that, put it onto a clean cake drum for me. We've not decorated any drum today because I'm just going to put some leaves on the side, but I'm just going to make the whipping it up for you. There you go. So there you go, Simon, over the top.
Yeah.
So there it is. Karen's just washed that there. You can still see it's got a little bit of brown on it. It's got my brown fingers on it now. But like if I squeeze it now, you can see the water coming out. So that's the one. Look, it's come up lovely and clean. And the other thing as well, before you all go trotting off to B&Q or Home Base or wherever, don't buy the ones from the food stores because they don't use foam's a dangerous, toxic product, and these are safe.
So
What is the
don't
word?
use your paint
Don't use the painting and decorating
Yeah,
ones.
don't
You
use
said
the paint-
food stores.
Sorry, yeah,
Don't
no, I
just
said
use the ones from the DIY
yeah, don't use the ones from the DIY because I said
or
don't
the pound
go to
stores or the
Yeah,
bargain shops
exactly.
or anything like that.
Yeah, that's right. I did say don't go to B&Q or Home Base and buy the rollie from there. The paint decorator ones, don't buy them. It's a different foam as well. When you get this, you'll feel it. It's a completely different foam to what those rollers come on. So don't go
And this is
whizzing
food
off.
safe, and
And
the
this
ones
is
with
food
paint are
safe.
toxic. So
Yeah.
that's the difference.
That's right,
That's
yeah.
what makes them expensive.
Yes, exactly. Right, okay then. There you go, that's that. I'll give you that. Cheers.
Whether or
Thank
not
you.
the handle would fit if you break your plastic one, I don't know. Maybe it would
Yeah, could do, couldn't it?
if you
Yeah. Right, so we're going to make the whipping it up. So I'll bring the mixer over. So the mixer is going to have we got the warm water ready, Karen?
I've got something, I will just get you some now.
Got it. So let's just go through the recipe. I'm going to get Karen to shout out the recipe for us. So what we're going to do is, this is pre-made, this is pre-weighed, is this, Karen?
That's 250
Yeah.
grams of
Yeah. So in the bag, you get 500 grams, which is great. So it's a big bag as well. So we're just going to use 250 grams. For this cake, I've actually made 500 grams, but I've already made one colour. So I've made one batch of 250. And if you go to the overhead, and I've coloured it this yellow colour. So I am using a full bag today, and I've coloured it with this colour Sunflower. So it's from the Colour Splash range, and I've used 1.5 grams of powdered colouring, okay? But that now I need white because I need 2 other colours. I need green and brown. So from this bag, I'm using a full bag, okay? Half for the yellow and half I'm just going to have white. And I'm going to use some of it for green leaves and some of it for the brown centre. And if I need some more yellow, I'll have some more left. What would you like, Karen?
those are, I've got it, you can see that you
Yeah.
can measure it out.
That's great.
There you go.
Right, how much do I need?
135 mil.
Yeah. So your bowl must be spotlessly clean. This is a meringue mix, really. And when you use meringue, even if you're just using raw egg white, your bowl must be spotlessly greased. It's not clean, grease-free, okay? So it's clean and grease-free. So when we say spotlessly clean, you mustn't have any grease in there. So if you've got it on your fingers, or you've been taking butter out of the packet or anything like that, you need to make sure all this is completely grease-free. We're going to use a whip, and the reason that is because we're making a meringue base first. So it's not like the buttercream, we use the paddle, we're going to use a whip on this, hence the name whipping it up, because all the recipes are like a meringue base. So they all start off with whipping it up into a meringue base first. Do you like the name, by the way, whipping it up? I think it's great, isn't it? So I'm sure there's some other innuendo names you can match with it, but I like it. I think it's brilliant.
Because you are in the kitchen to whip something up.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what it is.
Whip up a meringue, we're going to whip up a pavlova, and that's what you can make with this mix. Because there's so many companies out there who sell you the mix, but then they sell you the same mix in another packet and tell you to make a meringue with it or a pavlova with it, and they just give you a bit more of that mix or a bit less of that mix. All they're doing is pre-weighing it out for you. Whereas what we've done is we give you a 500-gram bag, and then you just measure out the quantities that you need. Yeah, does that make sense? There it is, Sugar and Crumbs. So here we're going to put the mix in. So we've got 250 grams of the whipping it up mix, and we're using lemon drizzle today. So I'm just going to put that in the bowl. Remember, it's like icing sugar as well, so it's going to cloud up. And then we're going to measure out 135 mils of warm water. Now let me just guess. You are guessing on here, aren't you?
Guessing?
Please don't.
Well, it doesn't say. It says 100 to 100 to
No,
150.
I use the scales.
Oh, did you? Oh, right. Well, that was clever then, wasn't it? Right, okay. Give us the scales then. Where's the scales?
You've got them some. There they are. Yeah,
Right.
I just measure on the scales.
I would never think of doing scales. Right, okay then. You can tell I wing it all my life, can't you? Right, okay then. So we want 135 mils.
Yes, Francis, the whipping up is a Sugar and Crumbs product like the icing
Yeah.
sugars.
Yeah, it is our product. Sorry, I turned the machine off. I'm being like a
Oh, it's not
bloke,
just
can't do
me,
two
it is.
things at once. So let's just zero the machine.
You missed that.
Eh?
You missed that.
He shouldn't frigging miss it, the mess he leaves behind. Left all his cake wrappers behind. I've gone and done it again.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah,
Or John?
You.
No, you.
Last night, left your cake wrappers behind.
Did he leave
Yeah.
his cup again? Did he leave his cup on the
Yeah.
side? He always leaves a cup on the side.
Oh.
And the water down the side. He rearranged all the water bottles and just left them.
Yeah, they're always in the way. Why can't we keep them somewhere else?
Well,
I
out
have
of
to
the way
move them
when we
every
could.
time.
Elaine, it doesn't matter, it doesn't do mils. Mils is the same as grams. You can
Yeah.
just do 135 grams.
There we go, perfect.
It's the same for water,
Got it.
but it's different for other things.
Yes, I was going to say it's the same for water,
The same for
not for
water,
other
yeah,
things.
yeah.
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 Yeah, because other things it's the density. So like cream, it's thicker than water, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay then. So we're going to put this in the mix now. So we've got the mixer. Can you see the overhead there, Simon? Now we're going to make a lot of noise, and I've got a very loud voice box, so I'll speak over it. So we're going to pop the water in. Remember what I said? Your bowl needs to be clean. Your whisk needs to be clean. It needs to be grease free. In the summer months, you'll have a lot more fun with this, okay? It works a lot quicker. In the winter months, when your kitchen's really cold, we need to have a warm bowl. So if you've got a really cold kitchen, maybe massage the love on your bowl, or maybe just submerge.
Carol, step away from the bowl.
Can you do that
Leave the
voice
bowl
again?
alone.
Do that voice again.
Massage the love. With your whipping it up. It's like one of those, how's that, like, what's it, they used to have a Galaxy advert, didn't they, that was all romantic. Do I look romantic enough? So there we go.
We're going to have
okay.
to change the rating
So-
on this video. It's,
But what you can do to warm your bowl is, if you want, there's a couple of things that you could do. Get your kettle and run hot water around the bowl first, just to warm it up before you actually put everything in it. You could have a hot tea towel rolled up in hot water, wring it out, wrap it round your ball, okay? You could even use one of those bags, what you put in the microwave, what are they called, heat bags.
The heat bags.
Heat bag that you put on your shoulders and on your back. You could rub one of those around it. So if you find that your kitchen's really very cold, now we don't want a hot bowl, we want a warm bowl, okay? Room temperature bowl, that's what we want. Right, okay, so in goes the water. And we're going to turn that on now until we get a meringue texture, so it's nice. So it's not a firm, it's a stiff peak anyhow. Now Simon came up with a good idea. He, have you got my butter?
For once.
For once. Yeah.
I've had more than one good idea.
Yeah. So your butter needs to be room temperature, okay? So it needs to be room temperature, which means it needs to be nice and soft. Not soft or sloppy, you know, just, you don't want it so the block is like rock hard. You want to be able to squash the block. So what you would do is you would chop that up into small cubes. So I would say an inch cube is quite big. So a small cube, chop it up, and you're going to drop them into this one at a time. But the idea that Simon came up, so those of you who've got either 2 mixers or 2 mixing bowls, okay, is why don't you whip up the butter first? So whip it up, and you can whip it up until it's lovely and white. But because we're going to colour this, I didn't whip it up that long, because there's no point, is there? I'm going to add colour to it. So we've got this ready. So it's entirely up to you. Chop it up into cubes, or you can whip it up. And this morning I made this batch by whipping it up, and it's a great idea. So I thought so anyhow. So well done, Simon. So Karen, have you got another spatula I could have, please, just so I can tap this down? So make sure it all comes off around the sides.
A couple of husbands wondered what you were talking about.
What?
When you were
Massaging the
bowl.
She's spanking the bowl now.
Amazing, spanking the bowl, yes. Whipping it up, spanking the bowl, loving the bowl, massaging the bowl. Oh, we like to have fun. Or am I waffling?
No.
They're going to suffer, these two today. They're going to do all the lives with me all day. It's going to be all day, am I waffling? So.
Well, at least we'll have to tell you now when you're waffling, won't we?
Yes, absolutely. Right, so while that's on there, because this is going to be going for a few minutes, new product alert, new product alert, new product alert, just arrived. Select Island and very nicely agreed, they actually offered if they could do it for us, and that was to make a flavoured sugar paste. So we've started off with 2 flavours, salted caramel and strawberry milkshake. The salted caramel smelled amazing, but I didn't feel I got enough taste, so they're having another go at that, okay, because it's a trial and error thing. But the strawberry milkshake we was really pleased with. So the alert is, it just arrived before the live. We've gone for the platinum, because the platinum is the best one, and we've not gone for the silk. There's nothing wrong with the silk, it's great, but the platinum is really excellent. So I'm going to put this on the website this afternoon, okay? So this will be on after this live, hopefully. Yeah.
Extra bowls for the mixers.
You can buy extra bowls for the mixers, yeah, off Amazon. I bought all mine off Amazon. You can buy them off eBay as well. I bought the paddles off Amazon and the bowls. I bought the glass bowls off them. Yeah, quite good. And these are going on, aren't they? Pretty them, okay? They are gold. We're going to make cakes in these next week, Karen. Should we make the hedgehog ones? The hedgehog babies in these?
Rachel and Ronnie.
Rachel and Ronnie. Should we make Rachel and Ronnie on these on Monday? Okay. I think Rachel and Ronnie deserve a gold cup, don't you? Aren't they lovely? So I'm going to put those on the website. They won't go on this afternoon, but I'll get them on.
Cupcake hedgehogs.
We're going to make cupcake hedgehogs, Simon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Little Peach Cakery. The hedgehogs, by the way, is not my idea. It's from Nikki. Nikki from the Little Peach Cakery. And go over to her website as well, because she's got some great ideas. And she very kindly said that we could use the idea, so she's quite pleased. Right, okay then. So this, I don't know what you can see on the overhead here. So let me just turn this off. So this is not stiff peak yet, but I've just got a new, I've gone and shoved it in my butter. Yeah, when you put it in your butter, and she gave me this lovely one, don't go sticking it in there just yet. So you can see it's not formed yet, okay? So I'm just going to go around the sides, make sure all the sugar is in, make sure we've lifted it all from the bottom. And it's quite important you follow the steps, okay? Because if you don't follow the steps, you can muck it up. There's a couple of things I do want to show you. Some of you asked how long could you keep the fluff in the fridge for? Well, we made fluff 2 weeks ago, and we've still got it in the fridge. We've done a test today. I'll get Karen to get it out in a minute. I'll show it you. And it's perfectly fine. Tastes gorgeous. Nice and thick as well. So I'm going to turn this up now because we want to get it up. So what flavour did we have here? Raspberry ripple and lemon, didn't we? Yeah, we've got some spoons there, Karen. So this is the fluff, okay, and then people were asking how long it's in the fridge. So we've had it in for 2 weeks. And then I'll just show you, can you see there, we've had a bit, me and Karen. So look, there it is. Stable. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not loose now, so if you wanted to make that into your whirls, into your chocolate whirls, look, it's firm. And is this the one that you did with the syrup?
Yes.
Without syrup, yeah. See, look. So it's nice, that. You've got no problems with that. There you go, think about that. So this is whipping it up nicely. So when you get a meringue, you know you're fine, okay? Everything is absolutely fine. If you don't get a meringue, then your ball had grease in it, okay? So that's very important to know that. So providing you get the meringue, you're on target. After that, I don't know what you've done really, but we're going to go through the process. But I want to make sure that you're very much aware, every recipe that we do starts with a meringue base, yeah? And then, and you need that. So if there's no meringue happening, then your bowl has grease in it. Or you put a utensil in that has grease on it. So we're going to keep whipping this up till it forms a nice stiff peak. Takes about 7 or 8 minutes. So you have to bear with me, it might be a long live.
They love long lives.
You like long lives? Have you missed me? I've not been around on the lives much. I feel as though I've been shoving Karen in on them all. God bless her, she's been so good, hasn't she? So I said, oh Karen, I've really got to do this, I've got to do that. Because I've been building all the groups for weeks. Gives me a massive headache. And been building all the groups for weeks. I'm putting new products on, I'm doing other things. And we're actually moving warehouses as well. So that's another big thing to add to my list of chores. As well as everybody else has got it listed to their chores as well. I'm not the only worker in the company, by the way. We all work extremely hard. But God bless Karen, she's only been doing live for a month, and I've just thrown everything at her, and she's done amazingly well, so I'm very proud of her. So I'm just going to turn it off again. Okay, I'm just going to give it a stir again. And we'll have a look at the consistency of this, so that you know. Because this isn't quite ready yet, you need to go a little bit longer. So you can see, I'll take it off. So you can see we've got a little, you see how he's twirling around, he's drippy, isn't he? So he's firm, but he's still drippy. So we need to go a bit further. It's got to be a firm peak, not a soft peak. And I think what we'll do is, what they called, we were making, Rachel and Ronnie. Rachel and Ronnie will be made on Monday. And then I think next week we'll do some meringue kisses and we'll decorate a cake with some meringue kisses and stuff. So we'll do that. Very easy. And I saw a lady make, do you remember my age, and I don't know if they still do them now in the cake shop, so you get 2 big meringues with cream in the middle and then chocolate drizzled over the top.
You get them in certain,
You get them in the supermarket, don't you?
certain cake shops like Buttercream, you get the deluxe cake shop and the massive meringue.
Yeah, you get big meringue balls, 2 sides, and then they're sticking together with a load of cream, and we'll make those as well. And the thing with that, we'll use the flavoured icing sugars in the cream. So we'll make those, I think we'll make those, what have we got on next week? So should we make those on Thursday night?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Some of you asked last night, were these back in stock? Yes, I put 100 of them in stock on Monday. So these, you love these are brilliant. So I put 100 in stock, I've ordered some more. The ones that we've got, I've got pink ones here. The ones that we've got at the moment are lilac colour. They're very pretty. So what is your feedback like, Karen?
And Karen's learning how to tell Simon off. She's brilliant.
Yeah. So we've still got a little bit of a wobble there, so I'm just going to go, to be fair, it's perfectly fine that actually, isn't it, Karen?
That's wonderful.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. Look, it's not, he's got a little tiny wobble, but we're fine. So I'll just give it a quick blast again.
When Carol's got a bit more free time and we're not as harassed as we are, we'll show you how to do the macarons.
Yeah, the macarons, I'm scared. She's laughing down there. The only reason I'm not doing it is I'm scared. It's one of those things, they're either amazing or they begin with an S. I've never done them live yet, not even with the flavoured icing sugar. I show you, when I make them, I do show you when I've had success with them. But it's very rare I make them. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start with our butter. So we're just going to do a little cube at a time. We're just going to drop it in and make sure it's incorporated. So you just drop in just a little cube, look. You see on the overhead there, Simon?
Yeah.
Now, you've got to really watch what you're going to do because this is going to curdle and this is where people worry. So you've got to have a bit of patience with this. And you have to have a bit of patience when you make it with fresh egg white as well. So this is a much easier way to make it, yeah? So let this incorporate, yeah, it's very less stressful. So I know you all have to listen to the mixer, but at least you're only sat there nice and comfy and listening, aren't you? Hope you're all enjoying a cup of tea. So
The last one just stuck to the side.
I know. So I've just seen it stuck to the side there. So let's stick that in. Who spotted it, you or somebody else?
Me.
Eh? Have you missed me yet?
Well, I thought you
Passing all
wouldn't be able
around.
to see it behind the mixer.
No, I can see it there.
All right.
Because it's facing me.
No, it wasn't quick. Somebody might spot it now. I won't mention it anymore then.
No, it's stuck to the side now. It won't do any harm. Because it'll all come together in a minute.
White chocolate ganache, the recipe on the website is 170 grams of white chocolate halibut or white chocolate, and then there's 28 mils of warm water. Of warm water. We will put the recipe on the website for the warm ganache.
So I'm just going to scrape off the butter around the sides. Once you started adding butter, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to worry about all your items being grease free then, because you've already started adding the butter. I could muck this up. You just don't know, do you? Could muck it up, maybe the first batch, great. Could muck this one up. Yeah. Yeah, high speed. Keeps throwing it to the side. You can use any butter. Let me stick this down again. You can use any butter, salted or unsalted, it's entirely up to you. So, have we decided on a new flavour for the whipping it up? Who's got whipping it up? Who's used it for? Tell us what you've used it for. So, I know loads of you made mousse and you've made fluff. Who's made the Swiss meringue buttercream? What do you think of it? Let us know what you think of it, what you've made with it, what you've tried with it. we're promoting it heavily because I don't want to bring out a new product and you don't know how to use it. We will go back to the flavoured icing sugars. I'm not trying to bin off the flavoured icing sugars because they're amazing. But if you're wondering why we're doing this on all the lives, is that I really want to get the message loud and clear. And the reason I want to get the message loud and clear is, you've got to change it, did you, Simon? So the reason, the reason I want to get the message loud and clear is so that you can share that knowledge and information with everybody else. And when you're using it yourself, so when you see somebody on the group struggling, then you can say, well, look, this is what you needed to do with it. Yeah, it's been great. And Karen's done so well promoting the product. You know, she couldn't believe it when she was testing this. And she wasn't testing it on her own, there was a few others involved in the testing. But Karen's been the one who's been shoved in front of the camera. And the more she looks like a cat in headlights, I shove her in there a bit more. But you're liking it though, aren't you?
Lockdown haircut.
Yeah. Well, your lockdown haircut looks fabulous. I've told her she's never to have it cut short again. Hey? Yeah, but you're not the only one. Nobody's had a haircut, have they?
There's nothing wrong with your hair, why?
No, her hair's beautiful. It's the best thing she's done.
Why, what have you done?
She's not had it cut.
I usually think it's got a lot shorter than this.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she usually has quite a severe cut on it. I told her she's banned from having it cut.
This name around as well, Hudson.
Yeah. So it will curdle.
Quite a few people that are doing this is a bit scared of me because it's around
Yeah.
the spring.
We've got to take your time. And if you haven't got two mixing bowls, all you're going to do is cube the butter. So make sure it's room temperature, mustn't have come out of the fridge, leave it overnight, and it's got to be soft. You can put it in the microwave, but don't make it liquid. Yeah, so we're gonna show you until you all know. It's only like when I brought the flavoured icing sugars out. When I brought the flavoured icing sugars out, people just didn't get it. And like when we go to the cake shows and we show people, we used to take loads of samples of fudge, biscuits, marshmallow. My daughter Laura used to have to bake everything before the shows. Boxes and boxes of it, brownies, all sorts of stuff, just so that we could show you it, tasters, you know, and that's what the lives are about. You know what? Show you. So you can see it's thickening out now and it's starting to take the mixture away from the bowl. So I don't know how well you can see that down there, but still got a little bit more butter to go yet. So you know it's doing right when it starts taking the mixture away from the bowl a little bit and it's looking a bit curdly. Okay, so don't panic. So I think I've nearly got everything out of this bowl now. So from this packet we're using the full 500 grams because we have got a large cake. And I'm praying I'm actually going to have enough yellow now. So that's all my butter in the machine. I'm going to do the last stir down. So I'll just show you on the overhead now. So you can see this curdle. Can you see it well enough? So I'm just going to bring down all the butter. Do not panic. And this is where people do panic, okay? So we just want to make sure everything's incorporated. Get right the way around. Lift it all up from the bottom. So look, can you see it? Looks like scrambled egg. Don't worry. Carol tells you not to worry. Don't worry. I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to have it on high speed now. And then what will happen is it'll go curdly and then it'll start to firm up. And as it starts to firm up, it starts scraping everything off the bowl. I know it sounds a bit weird, but it starts pulling everything together and it starts getting thicker. If your mixture has turned to water, there's something you've done wrong. The reason we do it on the live is so that you can see it. It's live. I'm here, live, in your house, doing it, okay? This isn't a gimmick where this is one I made earlier. I'm showing you. So if this goes wrong, then you're going to see that it goes wrong, okay? But if it doesn't go wrong, you've seen it doesn't go wrong. So this is where we want to be, yeah? Now I don't know if anybody was timing this. Maybe it might have been a good idea if we timed it actually. So let me get rid of all that. How many have you got a clean cloth, please? So I don't know whether you can see from the bowl now.
Yeah.
You're now there. Can you see that it's starting to take it away from the bowl? Yeah? And it's actually ready now. So you can see it's taking it from the bowl, it's stopped the curdle. And there we go, we've got Swiss meringue buttercream. Let's just take that off. Take it off. And there you go. Can you see that there? Karen, would you like to inspect my Swiss meringue buttercream, love?
Just hold it up to me, please.
Yeah, I'll let you come back.
Perfect. 11 out of 10.
She thought I couldn't make it.
I knew you could make it. You taught me.
So there you go. So we're still on the overhead there?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
So
that's
there you
fantastic.
go. There's your Swiss meringue buttercream. No problem. So follow it exactly as I said and you'll have no problem at all. If you've got liquid, there's something wrong. There's something wrong and it will be, I tell you now, there'll be something. And Karen had this as well. And one of the other ladies, when she was testing it here in the kitchen, they just had water at first. And Karen was swearing blind to me, going, Carol, I've got no grease in here. I've washed my bowl, everything. She had washed her bowl, okay? And I'll tell you where it was. So I'm looking at her and I said, are you sure, Karen? Are you sure there's nothing wrong? Definitely nothing wrong. Anyhow, at the top here, it's got butter on here. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera. Can you see that there?
You're on the front at the moment.
Right, okay, if I lift the camera up there, see that there? It's got butter on.
I missed it.
And she'd missed it because
You can't see it on the overhead, you're on the front.
Oh, but can they see it from the overhead?
Well, you
They
can see where
it
you're
from the front?
pointing. Yeah.
Right, well it's got butter on here. So she'd made a mix which was perfect. And when she come to do a second mix, she hadn't cleaned that off. And I think all that's happened is it's sort of, while the mix has been on a little bit, it's just run down into the meringue. And that's all it was, as simple as that.
And it only takes the smallest amount.
Yeah, tiny amount.
Tiny,
But that's
tiny
like
amount.
with any meringue, that's not just this, that is with meringue. Right, okay then, so we need to start colouring.
And you are right, Jackie. When it's just about ready, you can hit.
Oh, have you?
You
Right.
can hear the change in the mixer. I
Yeah.
always know when it's just really nearly ready.
Yeah, you do hear the change in the mixer,
Yeah.
yeah, you do. Right, okay then, so let's get on with making this cake. So first of all, let's get rid of the mixer. I don't know what this cake's going to look like, but we're going to do our best. And then I've got two colours out here, yeah. So I've used powdered colour for the yellow, and you can use powdered colour for the brown and that, but I just thought I'll use some gels as well. So I'm just going to have a bit for the leaves, and then I'm going to have a bit for the brown. So because this is a big cake, normally on the little cupcakes that I've done, I'm just going to save some white. In fact, I'm probably going to need a bit more for the brown. For the cupcakes that I've done, I used the Star Tip number 16 or number 14 I actually used, yeah. And then, in fact, I'm probably going to need a bit more for the leaves. Just nick a bit out of there, right. But for this one, I'm going to use the 1M Wilton. And can you pass it with Karen? It's down there. So for the leaves, I'm going to use Forest Green. So it works absolutely fine, this stuff, with the gel. I do want it a dark green, so I've put plenty in. So I'm just going to paddle the mixture in as well. So when you say paddle, just going to paddle it, basically, rather than whisk it. Just going to paddle it. So I want it this lovely dark green. And it's quite nice, really, how this, it takes the colour really well. So this is going to be the leaves on the side of my cake. So my son, my eldest son, is baking today. I'm quite curious. I'm just wondering if that's who's arrived. He phoned me just before we went live and said, Mum, have you got 2 8-inch baking tins? Have I got 2-inch baking tins? Yeah, of course. Of course, love. So I think I can hear little kiddies' voices out there. Right, so isn't that a lovely forest green? Look, true to colour. Didn't take long to mix that in. Can you see that there? These colour splash gels are great, and we don't sell a lot of we don't sell all the brands of colours out there. The reason is there's just too many. So I sell 3 fantastic brands. So I sell the Colour Splash, which is the cheapest of the range, and it's excellent. I sell Pro Gel, because Pro Gel is worldwide known. Everybody loves it. They know it. It's got a fantastic reputation, and it's excellent as well. And I sell the Fractal, which is brilliant for all diets. Okay, so there's no additives in them, so it's suitable for every single diet. So that green is amazing, isn't it? And then we'll do the brown. Stick that in there, sorry. It's a clean tea towel, don't worry. The kids will be bouncing around that ward on Saturday when they get this, won't they?
Oh.
So I'll ask the nurses to send some pictures. So I'm going to take this down to the children's ward. So when Molly did her burger and fries, Molly asked could she keep her cake because the hospice asked could they have it near her, and I said yeah, great, but she'd already made one as well for us. So I said, well, can we take that to the children's hospital down the road? So she came with me, and we took it down to the children's hospital. I wasn't on the picture because I was taking the picture, and then Karen and I have dropped them off at A&E, we've dropped them off at procurement at the hospital, we've dropped cakes off at the old folks home down the road. But I did say to the nurses at the children's hospital, because they were so pleased with the burger one, that I'll bring the bouquets cakes that we're doing tomorrow in class. I'll bring that, and they can have that, and they can have this one as well. So classes, pardon?
I'll get a picture of you tomorrow.
Yeah, because normally I take them of whoever's there, I take the pictures. So classes, let me talk to you about the classes. Those people who are in the classes now will explain to you how fabulous the classes are. So what I've done is I've come up with this idea of doing classes online. Now you can either do it online with me on the day, or you can go back and watch the live at a later date, or you can just do another date with me. So let's talk about my cupcake bouquet class. So I started that the very first class in April. So if you join the group now, you can go and watch that class. And then in the May class, what we did then is we just did something different in the class. So we used the same bundle. I showed everybody how to do things again. But what I did is I did a slightly different cupcake design so that the people who were in the April class had something else to learn as well. And then in the June class, we're going to do sunflower cupcakes, which I'll get Simon to get them out of the fridge in a minute to show you. So it's just showing you a slight variation on different flowers as well. But once you've joined the class, you pay to join the class, and every live that is in that group is yours to keep you there. You don't pay any more at all. And that's the same with Molly Robbins, Georgie and the Cake Illusionists. Whatever classes they do in there is yours to keep forever. Now, obviously, because I own the company, I've committed to doing classes every month, and providing people keep joining, I'll keep doing them every month. I've asked all the other tutors if they'll do them once every 4 to 6 weeks, because I realise that they have to teach elsewhere around the country. So they're committed to coming in every 6 weeks, but they're only committed to do 3 lives. If more and more people keep joining, they'll come back and do it again, because we can't say, you know, you've got to do it forever and then nobody else joins. So that's why we need you to go out and share the love with everybody and say how amazing it is, show everybody what you've made, and explain to people that once they come into the group, they can go back and watch all the last pre-recorded, because they're all saved, all in date order, so they can go back and watch them. They're all saved in time order, and then they can join in any other future classes. There's lots of people who bought the classes, don't do it on the day, they do it later. There's lots of people, and I need to get this over to you as well. When you join on the day, we go as slow as we can, and we do go really very, very slow. And because we go slow, we try and help everybody. But if you are tired or you fall behind, sit back, bail out, sit back and go, you know what, I'm up to this stage, I'm going to sit back now, I'm going to have a cup of tea, I'm going to have a piece of cake, and I'm going to watch the rest of the live. And then you come back and you do it at your own leisure. And I think Debbie Hargreaves is on here, she did that in the last one. You know, she decided, that's it, I'm tired now, I've had enough. And then she finished it in the night time. She sat back, sat on the settee, she enjoyed the comments, she enjoyed what went on. And then the good thing is, when you watch it later back, you can actually stop, rewind, go back, come back again. So there's no pressure to keep up with us on the day. Start off with us on the day, get as far as you can, and if you feel that you're tired, because you know, I know lots of you suffer with different things that are going on. Well, we all suffer with different things, don't we? You do get tired and you've been on your feet all day. That's sit back. There's no rules, you don't have to finish, there's no race, there's no nothing. You can do it in your pyjamas, you can do it with your COVID-19 hair, we don't care, we're not going to see you. It's about you having a day, learning a new experience, and you do all at your own leisure, all right? So I hope you all enjoy that. So we've got this lovely brown now, which is great. So now I've got my piping bags here. So I'm going to use the 1M because it's a bigger cake. I'm going to use the 1M for my centres, and then I'm going to use my leaf tips, which is, where did I put those? Ah, there they are, there they are, there they are, there they are. So I'm going to use the 366 leaf, Wilson leaf, and I'm going to use, I'll use this 352 as well. So scissors, let's do those as well, just grab some scissors. Karen, you got scissors now? I'm sure I've got scissors actually.
The kitchen's looking like a bomb.
It's always under our nose when we're doing it. So anyhow, roll your bag down, okay? So roll it down as far as you can. When you get nozzles like this that have got sharp pointy bits on, don't drop, which camera am I on, Simon?
Front.
When they've got sharp pointy bits on, don't get your bag and drop them in like that, because if you do, it drops all the way down, little points make little holes. So roll it down as though you were rolling down a pair of stockings. Okay, long time since I wore a pair. Go on, who's had a pair of stockings on recently? Tell us.
Not me.
Why? So roll your bag down, okay, as far as you can. Put this on the end of your finger and then just gently slide it in. And then that way you shouldn't get any little holes in your bag. So we're just going to push that back. We're going to cut it. Yeah, we want to know all the details as well. So, right, push it back. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off. There we go. So that's that one. And then the same with this one, it's pointy. If you just go and drop it down in your bag, there's a chance it could pop, make little holes. Nothing worse than you just piping. And how many have had it? A little string of buttercream comes out. So we don't want that. So again, on the end of your finger, roll the bag down as far as you can, and then guide this in. And how I like to guide this in, have you got the overhead there, Simon?
Yeah.
If you could do that for me. I'd like you to guide it in so that the V is in line with that bit there, the point, so that you've got a tip here and you've got a tip here, okay? That's what I'd like you to do. So we're just going to cut that off as well. So we've got that one. What are you laughing at? Are they telling us who's had their stockings on?
Yeah.
Has anybody had their stockings on? You
Simon,
lucky people.
Simon maybe on the weekends.
Only at weekends, yes.
Are you the only one who's been lucky enough to put your stockings on, Simon?
Oh, I'm here tomorrow, aren't I? Yeah,
Oh,
you'll be
you're
able to
here
see
tomorrow. They won't be on tomorrow, will they? No. You're
How
joining
much
us.
is in the Tala piping bags?
Yeah, and when I first started using Nifty Nozzles, I always used Tala, and then I couldn't get them anymore. So then I went to the Queen of Hearts bags, because I want a bag that I can tell you to buy that I've confidence isn't going to split. Because I bought the cheap ones from Home Bargains, and at first they were absolutely brilliant. They were amazing. And but then they all started splitting, the seams started splitting, so you know what, I just go with a brand. So then I started using the Queen of Hearts, which I still do use, and I also use the Simply Making ones as well. Right, so we've got that one. So I've now got brown, I've got yellow again for this small one, okay, and then we want a green, don't we? Get all those bags out of the way. That's the spare, isn't it? So roll my back down again.
unfortunately, the only stockings being worn at the moment are medical ones. And they're not got quite the same effect as a normal stocking.
You're so honest, you lot. That's why I love asking questions. It's so funny. It's only young girls who wear stockings these days, isn't it? I don't even know what young girls wear them.
My daughter won't even entertain them.
Pardon? No, I've always been a bare leg girl, me. I friggin' hate stockings if I'm honest, yeah. I friggin' hate tights, oh gosh. Right, okay then. Let's get on with the cake, Karen.
Oh, I'm looking
The
forward
big
to seeing
moment.
this sunflower.
Eh?
I'm looking forward to seeing this sunflower
Yeah.
and everything.
So am I. Scared myself. So let's just put the buttercream. They're calling it buttercream, the Swiss meringue. So those of you who are on the cupcake bouquet class tomorrow, we're using buttercream. We're not using Swiss meringue. I am going to do a live using the Swiss meringue, but I don't want you to do Swiss meringue just yet. I want you to get used to doing your buttercream first. And I'll do that as a separate live from a class. So you know when I did the mini class for free, because I don't charge for any classes in there, but I didn't advertise the mini class, and that's what I mean by free. So any bonus classes I do in there is not something that I put on the website as advertising. So I'm going to need more yellow in there, but I'm just using small bags. So I want yellow in here.
So what else was that you're using? Is that the 1M, Carol?
I haven't put the 1M, I am going to use the 1M
Yeah, what's
for
that
the
one?
brown, but at the moment I've just filled up the 366 and the 352. I love this yellow, isn't it gorgeous?
It's so vibrant.
Yeah. And that's just powder colour.
And
which
that is
brilliant.
the exact colour of the sunflower.
Yes, it is.
It's amazing.
And it's called sunflower as
It
well.
is. It's true to colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it is true to colour. Right, so that will be, I'm sure that's going to be enough for what I need for that size. There, so we've used a full bag of the mixing it up. So then I'm going to use the 1M for the brown. What are you laughing at, you?
Our people on here are so funny. Teresa Jane, the last time she wore stockings when she was 50 Shades of Grey was on, she took her husband to the cinema to watch it.
I watched, do you know what, that 50 Shades of Grey, let's have a chat about that. When that book came out, did you all go mad to go and watch it? Well, I downloaded three books onto my Kindle. I got halfway through that book and I thought, I can't watch it anymore. It just isn't true, is it?
I read them. I read the
Did you
books.
read all three?
No, I read all 3 books and then
That's
I
what I said.
saw...
Did you read all three?
I read all 3 and I thought they'd stretch it out at the end of the 3rd one. And I went to the cinema to watch the first movie.
See, I think maybe I might...
Go back then.
Pardon?
I didn't go back to the other 2.
What did you think of the film?
Rubbish.
Did you? See, I've not seen the film. I thought maybe I might do the film.
I think
But
it
the
wasn't
book...
true to the book.
The book, I liked the first few chapters, and then afterwards I thought, you know what, this is ridiculous. What am I reading this rubbish for? I was devastated I bought all 3.
My mother-in-law...
I think I started watching the film at one point, but it was pretty bad. I couldn't get through it.
Well, my mother-in-law's 88. She read all the 3 books.
It's the older people who did read it, I know. I remember when Channel 4 came out. I don't know if there's any kiddies watching, but anyhow, when Channel 4 first came out, it was sort of like known for having some risque conversations and TV programmes on there. And I remember with my grandparents, they used to have a separate lounge each, and my grandma would say, "Oh, watch this programme last night." Does that happen? Can we see my granddad? Carol, watch this programme last night. Does that happen? Really, should I be having this conversation with my
Francis
grandparents?
is laughing, saying about Simon's loving this conversation.
John would be killing me. I think he's here, he can hear everything.
Where is he? Is he here?
I think he is
the-
here. He didn't go back to work, did he? He's working from here, isn't he? The thing is, when we've got an office next door, and when this door's open, when it's shut, you can't hear nothing, but when you can hear everything, it echoes into there.
The door, he'll have his door closed, it's quite cold.
Right. Karen's watching the live, so he'll be listening to everything. So, right, okay then. Where's the cake? Oh, there it is.
It is.
It's on a new board, yeah?
It is.
Pardon?
It is on a new board, yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to give myself a guide, okay? So I'm just going to put my bowl on the top. Does that look central, that? Yeah. So I'm just going to press that down So that's just going to be my guide. Karen's looking at me worryingly there.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it. I'm just thinking it's set quite well, hasn't it? The
It's
ganache.
firm, yeah. So that's just my guide there, okay? So what I'm also going to do is, just going to start, so I'm going to have to fill this bag several times. So I'm hoping I can see the guide there. So what we're going to do is, with this nozzle, okay, when you use it, you don't pipe with it that way. You have to pipe with it this way, it's called a beak. So we're just going to do this. So I'm
Could
gonna
you move the
squeeze-
cake to pull it with your left hand?
Pardon?
Could you pull the cake with your left hand
Could I
towards
pull the cake with my left hand?
Move it a bit towards you.
Oh, here.
No, the other way. Back towards you, Carol. That's it. Keep going that way.
Yeah. Okay.
There, yeah.
There.
Well, now you've gone too far. So to the left. To your left. That way.
Listen, when I
That
drive
way,
the car
yeah.
and I'm telling my husband, left, 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 and then he turns right, he goes mad. And I say, don't listen to what I say, go where the hand is. So you want me to go that way?
You do make me laugh.
That way, yes.
You do make me laugh.
Those are the biggest rides me and John have in the car, honestly. John, left, left. He turns right, what are you turn right for? He turns left.
I
what
meant
are
you
turn
saying,
left
you
for?
knew what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I say to him. Yeah, you knew what I meant. So here we go. So wait a minute, I need to do it a bit bigger.
Well, that yellow looks superb against the
Dark,
ganache
doesn't
there,
it?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can you do a chant while you're doing this, Carl?
Yeah, squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. Do you know what I should have done is I should have just put a little bit of buttercream for this to stick down. Squeeze, stop, pull. Squeeze, stop, pull. So you're going to see this is.
You better watch out, Simon, they're all telling Carol to slap you.
If I was reading the comments now. Can't slap him yet. I have to slap him after 9. So this is, don't worry, this cake's going to look great.
Certainly is.
Have faith in me, ladies.
Look, we've seen Rebecca and Richard. We've got every faith in you.
Yeah, so just 1 second now. Refill the bag. I'm not finished with the yellow yet, don't worry, I shall spill on the line. This is my own way of doing it. I'm not sure whether this is the right way, but this is the way that Karen McFarland does it. And you know what, there's no rules in cake decorating, you have to do it your way.
So that nozzle you're using at the moment is the 366, isn't it? For the yellow.
For the
And what are
yellow,
you
it's
using?
366.
And what's the blue one? The brown one.
The 1M.
The 1M.
Yeah. So this is the only way, looking at the sunflower, and normally I would cover all the sunflower over, but when I was looking at my sunflowers this morning, this one, see, look, see, he's got a little hole in it there, hasn't he? And that's what I'm trying to create there. So I'm just going to fill my yellow up here. I think the kids will like this, won't they?
Absolutely. With it being Swiss brown buttercream, it's just got that lovely shiny look to it, hasn't it?
It has. Oops. You farting, Simon. It was my bag. Does that look okay?
Yes, looking good.
Yeah. I'm going to use the small one now. I'm going to use the small one. Have we lost comments, Karen? You've gone very quiet.
He's just
What are you laughing at?
Because he's just put up on the screen, squeeze, stop, pull. But the thing, and then people in the library said, after talking about 50 Shades of Grey, it's not really the right comments on it. They're loving it.
Who's going to make one of these?
Really said it's fantastic already. We've not even finished it. It's fantastic. That looks so pretty with that vibrant yellow.
And it looks, and Karen's absolutely right, by using the Swiss meringue buttercream, the lovely shine on it, and the lovely flavour, it's a lemon flavour. So we've got loads left, so we've actually made too much, haven't we? So what we're going to do now is, just going to pop in a bit of greenery here.
Looks great. Yeah.
I was going to do this for Cake Flicks. I was thinking about this and I thought I've got to do another live for Cake Flicks.
Yeah, they're messaging you.
Eh?
They've messaged you.
Who has Cake Flicks up? Oh, have they? Right.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? So what we'll do is, we'll do a couple of little leaves just down here.
Do you want me to soften this ganache in the bowl because it's gone quite hard?
No.
You're right.
Yeah. Just going to do a little bit around there, that's all. Have I got any more green left? Yeah.
You're right, Diane, it is absolutely stunning once again.
Told you, winging it with Karen McFarland. That's what we should call our lives, isn't it? Let's wing it with Karen McFarland. The professionals are great. You know what? It's like I say to you all the time, the professionals are amazing. But if I wanted to be a professional cake decorator, I'd just stress myself out. And there's just no point me stressing out. You know what I want to do? I just want to achieve something that looks good. Looks good, tastes good, and that's it. I'm not all about everything perfect lines or everything like that. I'm not going to get stressed that every petal is not the same size. You know what? This will do. And I think when they get this at the hospital tomorrow, they'll be highly delighted. Oops, there we go. Fine again, Simon. There we go. And I think that's it. We'll leave it like that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. I think that'll do, won't it?
It does, but what you need to, have you finished it all completely now?
No, I was going to put some gold bling on.
Absolutely, so you need to bling it.
Yes. Just going to get some gold. So you can.
It wouldn't be Carol winging it without
No.
blinging it, would
Yeah.
it?
Exactly.
Blink it to wing it.
You can use, if you want to, let's just have a look at the overhead there, Simon. You can use this mimosa, okay, which is a sugar text colouring from Sugar Flare, if you wanted to. It's grainy. You could use that, but we could also use some little sugar crystals. So I'll just put that on. So you could put, can you see, I don't know, can you see on my hand there?
Yeah.
So it's like little crystals, isn't it? So you could put that on round there to give it that texturing. Or you could use little sugar crystals if
Like
you wanted
pollen.
to. Yeah, that's it. It's meant to look like that pollen, isn't it? And there's one that actually is called pollen as well. So you could use that. So we'll get our flour in a minute and see if it looks like our flour.
Jackie's just said as well, it'd be a lovely, quick and easy one for a layer
Ah.
shallow cake. You know, if you're doing a shallow,
Yes, I mean look how quick that is to make. We've made, you know, we've made a load of time decorating the cake, playing with the cake and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got to think on this line here. How long have we been going live now? We're over time. We started 5 minutes late, so we should have finished at 1:30. We're 5 minutes over. But I mean, you've decorated the cake in a couple of hours, haven't you? So and we've demoed and we've talked and I've waffled. So I'm just going to get me. I'm going to put my glasses away.
Look at how.
Not exactly the same, but it's there, isn't it?
The colour's there.
Just
Yeah.
pop it down a little bit, Carol.
So it's not exactly the same, but it's there. Maybe I should put a bit more pollen on. I just realised I put my gold away.
You're right, Margie. The hospital, the children absolutely love this
Yeah.
cake. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. So let's just put a little bit of gold on there. I'll just put it on the centre bit. In fact, you know what?
Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does work, doesn't it? Right, so do you like that then?
They're in awe of it. They love it. They said, "Well done. It looks amazing."
There we go, Simon. There we go. So, hope you've had a fabulous live today. Hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget about sharing the love, okay? Those who've won prizes, go and claim them. Share the love. We are going to be smashing it with whipping it up. We want to make sure that you know how easy it is to make, okay? I've been throwing Karen on here. She's been showing you. I'm now going to be showing you. And we're going to keep going on and on about it because I think once you use it, you're going to absolutely love it. Do not be scared. Save this video. It goes through to YouTube. So when you go through to YouTube, you can go back and you can rewind. It's in our portfolio of videos. So if you go to the top of our page, go to videos. They're all there. You can always find them. Go and share the love. Share it into the community. Tell them about the whipping it up flavour. So many of you have won bags of it. So many of you were testing it in the testing room because we have a little group called Keeping It Secret for Now. So, you know, I should have actually sent the sugar paste in there. I never thought about that.
Never mind.
Sorry, group. Never thought about that. But anyhow, you know, hopefully you'll enjoy this. And I think it's a great cake. And I would love to see this weekend filled with sunflower cakes or Karen's lemon drizzle cake with the cheesecake on, or anything that we've made. Please make it and let everybody know, you know, give us a credit. Where did you learn it from? Lots of you do. You know, Karen showed you, I showed you. It came off the Sugar and Crumbs live. Just go and share all that love of where you've learned everything. Now that's us over and done with for the weekend. We will be back on Monday. We're on Monday. Are we on Monday morning, Karen?
We are Monday morning.
Yes, so we're going to be back here Monday morning at 11:30. We'll be here on Monday night at 8 o'clock. Sorry, Danielle Crouch will be in the kitchen. I'll give Simon the calendar because the calendar's always put on the group at the top and on our page as well. Anybody who's in any of the classes groups, expect to hear from me in the next hour because I'll be whizzing through all those groups, and it looks like by the time I'm actually going to be doing them after 4 o'clock as well. So the first group, I'm going to go and put the sugar paste on. I'll try and get these gold things on as well. I'll put the dome balls in stock as well, so be watching. In the next hour it's going to change, but I'm going to appear in Georgie's group first, then Molly's, then the Cake Illusionist, and hopefully by then it's probably going to be my own group, and then I'm going to start going through Hector's group. So we've got a long day of saying hello to everybody, yeah? And Karen's going to clean the kitchen while I get off and do that
I am.
after we've had a cup of tea. So go and have a cup of tea yourself, enjoy yourself, and all those who are on the cupcake bouquet class, I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Make sure you're ready. We're going to be in for a great day tomorrow. And I love the fact that you are helping all the newbies that are in the group as well. I think there's 147 newbies in the group. I'm not sure they're all joining us tomorrow, but make sure you share with them. Tell them to stay calm. We're taking it nice and slow. You're in for a great day. And all those who haven't joined, what are you doing? You need to join. I'll see you later. Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Simon.